ice fishing, the final frontier. A couple of buddies and I thought we'd try it out, so we built ourselves a nice little ice hut, and we're all ready to go. But as we found out, the key to ice fishing is the ice. Look at the size of this fish. You know, we spent all that time building this beautiful ice fishing hut, and the warm temperatures went and melted all the ice. It's just not the same pretending. So first of all, today we're going to have to go and look for some ice, and we're going to have to go find somebody that actually knows how to ice fish. So come on. No. While on our search for ice, we stopped by Quinny Ice Hut Rentals to talk to Frank Mondeville, an expert on ice fishing.
Well, again, on the Bay of Quinny, the chances of catching a big fish really attract people. And there's a lot of big walleyes caught here on the Bay of Quinny, and there's plenty of smaller ones like the 2 to 3 pound fish where people enjoy eating. But it's that trophy fish that drives people here. We're pretty fortunate here on the Bay of Quinny. We have walleyes coming in from Lake Ontario. They come in the Murray Canal. They come in through Picton, and they're coming up here to winter, all winter underneath the ice, and they will spawn in the spring and May.
What do you think? Nah, I better keep looking, eh?
You're going to have to wait till we get 6 to 8 inches of ice.
Yeah.
And again, I would recommend you to go where other people go and put your hut, if you have a hut, and to get the confidence of being on the ice.
Yeah.
And buy yourself a good stove, either a wood stove or a propane stove to heat it with, and you'll have a good time. Buy yourself a little jigging stick or make your own jigging sticks with 10 to 12 pound test line, some Swedish pimples and rockets, Williams wobblers, and a couple dozen minnows, and you'll have a good time. We don't recommend axes and we don't recommend chainsaws because it's too dangerous. They cut big holes. We recommend either buying yourself a little hand auger, 8 to 10 inches, or a power auger, and drill your hole with them, and buy yourself a scoop to clean the ice out, the slush out of the holes, and that's about it. Ice fishing is very easy to do, and it's very cheap.
Definitely no ice here. We know how we build our ice hut, so we asked Frank how he builds his.
They're 2x6 runners. They're chipboard all the way around on the outside. They're insulated with styrofoam on the inside, and they're heated with two-burner propane cook stove. There's one right there. That's a brand new one. We haven't even got it on the ice. Well, there is no ice. Yeah. These are Argos he just bought, and what they do is they transport people back and forth from shore to the hut. and they're all closed in. If it's snowing or raining or whatever, they're all closed in, and they work very well.
And they float in the water?
And if something happened that they went through the ice, they float.
Think this is enough ice? I don't think so.
Any doubt, phone an ice hut operator on the Bay of Quinte, and there's 5 or 6 that you can call for ice conditions. Don't come down and just wander around out there, because there's places where it can be dangerous, especially 1995. 1995 is a very dangerous year.
Still on our search for ice, we happened across a few fishermen who were happy to give us some helpful hints and techniques.
I'd say the advice would be to go with somebody that's fished before. They probably know the good spots. They have an idea whether the ice is safe or not, too.
We have our different lures that we like to use. The Williams lure I like to use, and Mr. Champ is another one for ice fishing. If you want, in a current like this here, you got to have a heavier lure that'll go closer to the bottom, or it'll float on top.
Well, my advice would be is first-time fishing would probably be go out with a rental company, so that you get to know the waters a little bit better. As far as tackle goes, I would suggest you don't require going out and spending a lot of money on rods and reels. You can go out, buy yourself a paint, stir, and literally just line it up with about 10-pound line. Buy yourself a selection of a couple of lures and pick up some minnows in town. Well, our theory is try and fish where the fish are. Standardly around here, unfortunately, because of this winter, you can't get out to where the actual current is working. For the walleye around here, we find if you can get near the current, get into some eddies where there's a drop-off coming down the edges, get on top of those, work a little deeper water, work a little shallower water, and locate the fish that way there.
Some of these fish that you have to throw back, that's out of season, you bring them up on top of the ice. And the other day, my grandson was out with me, and we got a nice bass. Throw it back, Grandpa. Throw it back. So you throw it back. That's the sport of fishing.
I'm a die-hard bass fisherman, and I have a big bass boat in the garage there, and I work at the hostel as my regular job, and the wife says, you want to spend that kind of money in fishing, you're going to have to do something else. So that's what got me into it. Well, we get all kinds of people. We get people from Toronto, and as I said earlier, we get people from Greece. I had one guy from Greece one time. We got guys come from Buffalo in 2 weeks, Pennsylvania. They come from all over.
Yeah, there's definitely lots of ice here.
You are actually looking for the fish rather than waiting for the fish to come to you.
In the end, we finally found ice, but it didn't take long for the manager of the hockey arena to boot us out. So we just had to go on down to the supermarket and settle for frozen fish sticks.
Well, we didn't get to go ice fishing this week, but we did learn lots about the sport, so maybe we'll just have to see you next winter. See ya.